Mate will be in touch with you. Head to CarvanaAutoJobs.com and select Delanco, New Jersey.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-546-1987. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-546-1987. That's 800-546-1987. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Guys, there's a treatment for ED that is changing the medical field. I'm talking about acoustic wave therapy technology from Forge Medical Group. Wave therapy. So that means no medication is involved and you can stop buying the popular pills at your local pharmacy. Forge Medical Group's board-certified medical director and his team offers this acoustic wave therapy technology. And it can restore intimacy without pills, injections, or surgery. Here are some comments from the Forge Medical website.
Thank you for giving me my sex life back.
Your staff was friendly and respectful. They never made me embarrassed or uncomfortable.
No pill or pump ever worked for me. Your clinic is full of miracle workers.
Forge Medical Group is working with men to bring back a part of their life that they thought was gone. Our guarantee to you, no pill and no injection. This is a completely safe ED treatment. Appointments fill fast. Call now, 610-632-8181. That's 610-632-8181 or forgemedicalgroup.com.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
At Fogo de Chão, it all starts with getting inspired by exotic dishes from the market table. And then you ask the gaúcho to take it up a notch. And then they bring you the bone-in ribeye. Because the rich, juicy flavor from the bone goes right into the meat. And then into your mouth. Welcome to what's next at Fogo de Chão. Reservations at fogo.com.
Atlantic City. They are back. Guns N' Roses, Summer 2021. Saturday and Sunday, September 11th and 12th. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. Special guest, the debut of Mammoth WVH, featuring Wolfgang Van Halen. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Guns N' Roses are back. It will be unmissable.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
My sweet cheeks feeling squeaky clean when Charmin's rolling behind the scenes. Charmin TP gives me those cheeky clean feels. That ultra strong hype is all for reals. Those TP rolls got me a Charmin clean tooketh. Cheek to cheek feeling oh so shooketh.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5. The Fanatic. Philadelphia. It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz? Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Go Cuz. How you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Ray rocked the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday night. It's Cuz's Corner. We're live from Parx Casino Street Road, Bend, Salem. the fabulous Parx Casino and Sportsbook, sitting right here at the opening of the Sportsbook. Right over here. To my right, as I look, and all the great TVs set for all kinds of games. We got the Phils tonight. We got all kinds of great stuff that we'll get into from a sports betting standpoint. So we'll look at that with our friend Brad Feinberg, the betting analyst here at Parx. And don't forget all of your work here at Parx. If you like any of the stuff, you enjoy it, you want to play on any of the games that you hear from Brad and I, our discussion, you can go to parxcasino.com/PA, use the promo code SPORTS. You'll get a risk-free bet up to $500. You got to be in PA, you got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So that's how you do it. And picks later on. But let's begin the Cousins Corner tonight with, I'm still flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted by the whole thing, by the Danny Green comment. So let's discuss this for a second, shall we? Because I need more to talk about with this problem here. So I want to give you a little backstory. The Sixers lose, right? We're in complete devastation mode. Like, absolutely devastated. All right, we're in devastation mode. So now we're in devastation mode, and we're looking around. It's like, oh, my God, the landscape's dark. I can't believe it. We're crushed, the whole thing. So I started to think about it and started to look, because we saw the departure of Carson Wentz. And then when Rich Paul, the agent for Simmons, goes and sees Daryl Morey and Elton Brand, you go, well, what's that about? And you know what that's about. It's less that Philadelphia wants out of Ben and more that Ben wants out of Philadelphia. A couple days later, you hear that he buys a house. He's got that house, the new house, $17 million in the hills, all right, of Hollywood. So, it's clear where he wants to be. Now, forget all the other ancillary things. There's an issue. I would be shocked if Simmons is here. I mean, shocked. I think Morey will use Rich Paul, who's got great connections within the league, as you know, to orchestrate some sort of trade where the Sixers don't walk away with the infamous Barkley trade. Tim Perry, Jeff Hornacek, and Andrew Lang. That's what the Sixers got for Charles Barkley back in the day. That won't happen. I don't think Morey will let it happen. So I also think Rich Paul will be able to find a suitor, and they'll be able to do, whether it's a 3-team, 4-team, they'll figure it out. That's how it's an agent's league. So, but I started to think about this, and I go, I want to start a summer project. I looked at the landscape, and obviously, the Phillies, Eagles will rebuild, so it's a little bit different this summer. So I'm thinking, let's do a summer project. And the summer project is, I started to think about Wentz and Simmons. I started to think about how much we love these teams. And I started to think about, is our love too much? Do we just over-love in an era when guys want privacy and they don't want honest opinion and they don't want anything remotely critical? Even if it's out of love, they don't want anything critical. So I started to think about this. Then, all right, let's get a bunch of players, GMs, announcers, media types, and fans to discuss the whole thing. So is our landscape, how is it? Can we win with this landscape? Or is our approach antiquated? In other words, because guys are what they are, there's no way in the world that we can win. So we have Doug Peterson, surprise guest. I asked Doug, what do you think about this whole situation? And, obviously he loves the fans. He won the Super Bowl. He was crowned. But he endured a lot of toughness. And I don't think it was the fans as much as media and everything else. And anyway, he says, hey, I think we can be overbearing. Like, I raised my hand. Like, listen, I'm guilty. But we can be overbearing as a fan base. And he was trying to be nice about it. So then it all happens, and then you start to think about all these guys, right? Reese Hoskins, can't you do the positive things? And then you think about the Tommy Hunter, sorry it wasn't good enough, and all these guys who just don't want to accept a modicum of criticism. And then Danny Green comes out, and he says what he has to say. And then, on top of it, the Tampa Bay Lightning win the Stanley Cup again. So they got 3 cups. They got 2 Super Bowls, 20 years, 5 titles. Their baseball team that spends no money was in the World Series twice. So they got 5 titles in 20 years. We got 2 in 50, basically, and we have a basketball team that they don't have. And they don't care. And I wonder, is that part of the landscape? Like, they don't just care about it. So if you don't care, does that provide the landscape for winning? Which is sick, right? It's sick and twisted. Like, only a town that doesn't care gets rewarded for a title because these dudes today don't want to be in a place where they care, they overly care. Because it's impossible to be a sports fan and just go positive and never, ever grouse negative. I mean, that's not realistic, especially not in a place like Philadelphia. So this all happens today, and it reinforces my belief that we're in a tough spot because it's like change your DNA or never win, basically. And that's a scary thing. All right, let's talk about it. Let's go to Nikki. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hello, Nikki.
Hey, Anthony. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Nikki.
Big Brad going to be on? Big Brain on Brad going to be on later?
Yes, he will.
Just let him know that, he said, I don't think the Montreal Habs are going to win more than 1 game. So under 5.5 total games, and Tampa Bay was a really nice catch last night.
Nice. Big Brad.
So that's what he said. I remember him saying, I said, okay, let me log that thing in. Let me ask you a question. If the Danny Green comments were posed to the process, Mr. Joel Embiid, you think he would take Danny Green's side, or do you think he would say, I still need Ben to dunk the ball and tie the game with 3.5 minutes
I mean, and he said it. I mean, Embiid said it after the game, right, Nikki?
Said it after the game.
He said it after the game. He said, listen, well, that was the time when the momentum shifted, right? We lost the game when he passed or whatever it was, to paraphrase him.
Right. And Danny took, when you read or hear the entire quote, he said he said fans are great. They were behind us when they came back from the COVID-19 restriction. They were behind us, but we don't want them to turn ugly. And he kind of referred to in the past. He got none of that here. He was here for 3 espressos and got nothing but roses, melon water, and cheers.
Melon water.
I mean, that's all he got was praise. He got nothing but praise. And Ben, his teammate, received nothing but praise because we were scared inside. We knew what was going to happen. He showed us in the years past what he was going to do, and we just closed our eyes and looked through our fingers and said, he's not going to do it to us, so let's cheer. And he never got that. Ben never got. I don't know what he thinks happened. They lost Game 7 at home.
No, he created an entirely different, to use that word I hate, narrative.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Because I still have that Game 7, and I'm going to watch it one of these days in the next week or two. And those fans came out and willed that team to win. And you can say Tobias missed a lot of shots. You can say Joel turned the ball over with 2 minutes to go. But at the end of the day, all they tried to do was make something happen with the basketball. What Ben did was he received the basketball, and instead of making the simplest basketball move for a 6'11", 285 guy, he he gave it up like a hot potato.
Yeah.
And what are we supposed to now? What are we as fans? What are we really? Supposed to do?
I mean, and that's the problem with the whole thing of Danny Green's whole sermon about the fans that, hey, you got to have our back the whole way. When I still don't even know when they didn't have their back, even through. It's amazing. They blew a 25-point lead, 26-point lead, historic, after they blew an 18-point lead. And still, those fans packed Father's Day that night cheering them on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I get. Look. Do we have faults and flaws as fans? We do, just like every other city.
Well, again, it's born out of caring too much. Yes.
But Danny's trying to paint a picture and a portrait that doesn't exist right now.
No,
and that's under his tenure here. Okay, so I'll let the callers get on, man.
Thanks, buddy. Take it easy, man. I agree with you. Taj, you're on 97.5, the Fanatic. Taj.
Yo, what's up, cuz?
Yo, baby.
Yeah, man, I got a little different perspective on this, man.
Sure.
We got guys that I don't believe understand what being from Philly means. See, we need to start looking for more blue-collar guys. And these little prissy, soft guys with a lot of talent, we need to just leave them be. We have no luck with these guys. And I don't care in what sport it is. Did the Phillies just win? Yes. A few years ago, maybe 10 years ago or so, but they won. The Eagles just won. We don't have to change the landscape. Before these guys come here, you know what Philly's about. It's not new. This is a long tradition.
So let me ask you a question, because I totally feel what you're saying. The only thing that I worry about is this. See, this change has happened rapidly. So the Phillies aren't even relevant to the conversation, right? Your Eagles point's a good one. They caught, you want to say they caught lightning and they got hot and there was some blue snow involved. All right. But to your point, things change. Athletes, you hear them. Like he said that this town is cold and rough. And I go, no, it's not. It's not cold. It's warm. Now, it may be overly warm with love sometimes and the volcanic lava, but still, I mean, it's not a cold town.
Because, man, listen, man. One thing's for sure, two for certain. If you bleed for us, we're going to love you, man.
Yes, you're right.
Listen, Matt Geiger was trash. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
We love Matt Geiger.
Yeah.
You know why? He left it all out there, man.
Yeah.
That's all we asked for. That's all we asked for.
No, you're right. No, it's an interesting thing. The problem is if all you're going to go and recruit, whether it's draft, whether it's free agency, how you build your teams, it's going to be difficult to get talent if all you got to do, you have to get steel-hearted guys. They're tough, man. They're unique guys.
They're still out there, man. It's a lot of guys across the league.
You think so?
Yeah. We got rid of a lot of them.
Who?
Jimmy Butler. From one. And you know why Jimmy Butler left? Because he was
Brett. Yeah. No, listen, I hear you. I don't know, people go, what did Jimmy do this shit? But you're right in that, if Jimmy's on the floor, they beat Atlanta.
Listen, Jimmy's on the floor. We make it to the finals. We make it to the finals.
I think you're right.
That leadership, the grit. That's what we need. We don't need we need these guys.
Well, not like he's a great leader, but no, I hear you. He's got grit, that's for sure. Taj, with great stuff, man. Thanks, we love you. See you, brother. Aaron, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Aaron.
What's going on, Aaron?
Yo, what's up, man? You all right?
Yeah, man, I'm in incognito, man. I celebrated a birthday a couple Saturdays ago.
Oh,
man.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Aaron gave me a tribute, you know what I mean? Nice one about the Eagles and how we were together, man. So I've been trying to get over this thing, Aaron. I mean, I can't get over it.
Yeah.
I've been trying, and then you're going to have Danny Green say something stupid against the Philadelphia fans, man.
Yeah.
Like we ain't suffered enough in this God-forsaken, loving city that I love so much, to hear somebody that's been here for a cup of tea talk about my team, talk about the fans, talk about us.
Yeah, I know.
That ride or die for our team,
Yeah.
no matter what they did and what they went through. And still, we want people out of town because we don't want them to get crucified here.
Well, no, I mean, to your point, like, they blow that, I'll never forget, like, they blow that 26-point lead, right? And it was hard doing that show on that Thursday. And then Friday comes around, and we're like, listen, we got to ride or die. And they win, right?
Yes,
and all right. And we're there, and people are there, and it's cheer. And right off the bat, they played scared and tentative, and it was a bad, unsightly game, man. It was a bad performance.
Terrible, man. It was terrible, man. Because Tyrone said it, though. I mean, I hate to. Tyrone said, man, they're going to lose on Father's Day, and there's going to be a lot of mad fathers out there. I heard him say it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
listen,
God,
I believed they were going to win. I did.
I believed it, man.
Yeah.
I hope to see you, man. I hope to see you.
I do. Listen, you go to FanFest. Hold on. You go to FanFest. Get your tickets. Ben, you're on 97.5, the Fanatic Benny.
Yo, cuz.
Yo, Ben. What's up, brother?
I thought of you specifically when I heard these Danny Green comments today. I called you, I think it was right before the Hawks series, and we were talking about the culmination of disrespect for the Sixers and Philly sports. It was a Thursday night, and we were talking about how it feels like we always got to go out of our way to be defensive and defend our guys from the national media and the disrespect.
I remember the call.
You were actually talking about it all week because it was the Defensive Player of the Year for Simmons, the MVP for MVP.
Yeah.
And we go to the mat for these guys consistently all week. People calling into the show. I listen to you all the time. It was overwhelmingly positive. You were leading the charge, and this is what they give us back.
Yeah.
This kind of attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's like, are you kidding me? And the problem is if he construes that we're this way, there's no recourse for us, Ben.
Because I've seen some people have mild takes about it today. He slipped in there that we were one of the worst fan bases
in the league. Yeah, I heard it.
That goes well beyond just saying, sometimes the booze can be out of hand.
The worst, cold, rough, among the worst fans in the league. Are you kidding me? First of all, he was here for 5 minutes. Second of all, he wasn't at those games. And then he gives you I love our fans. Get the hell out. You're fugazi.
Yeah. He's got a hedge.
Yeah. Benny, thank you, brother.
Hang in there,
You want to go to FanFest?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, hold on, buddy. You got it. I mean, it's outrageous on so many levels that I'm still not even over it. But I know you tune in to get a couple tips. And I know my man's got it on the game tonight. Props. We'll talk to him coming straight ahead. Brad Feinberg, our betting analyst here at Parx. And don't forget the Game 2 of Suns-Bucks. You can bet right here. Parx Casino Sportsbook, and you can take it right home to your phone. Go to parxcasino.com/PA. Use the promo code SPORTS. You get a risk-free bet up to $500. You get insight credits. In fact, website's got all the details. Just remember, got to be in PA. Got to be 21. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back with Brad and picks next, live from Parx. 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Nothing like playoff time. No better way to bet on basketball and hockey playoffs than the Parx Sportsbook app. The only sportsbook app based right here in the Delaware Valley and the only one backed by the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Check out live in-game play-by-play betting and bet on all the playoff action as it happens. No one does live in-game play-by-play betting better. It's the playoffs, and the Parx Sportsbook app has you covered. Bet spreads, parlays, props, and teasers. Plus, bet on individual player performances. In basketball, bet player points, rebounds, and assists. assists. In baseball, bet hits, home runs, and pitcher strikeouts. New customers sign up right now and get your first bet risk-free up to $500. Just download the app or click parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code ACTION. Do it now. Your first bet risk-free up to $500. Just download the app or click parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code ACTION. Your risk-free bet refunded in site credit. The website has all the details. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, it's Tyrone, and I'm back again with Dr. Avidan Appel from Iron Mountain Men's Health.
Hi, Tyrone. You've probably noticed a lot of plants around town are wilting under this heat.
Yes, I have.
Well, talking to my patients, plants aren't the only things wilting these days.
I'm following you.
Every day at Iron Mountain Men's Health, we speak to patients with a variety of symptoms that you could just write off to the heat, including fatigue, trouble sleeping, low energy, decreased sex drive, and erectile dysfunction. But these are actually symptoms of low testosterone. And every day we help these patients with a customized program for their specific situation, one that's safe and effective. Most men feel better within a few weeks. We even offer financing now for qualified patients.
Great, Dr. Appel. Guys, get started on a treatment program today at IronMountainMen'sHealth.com, the leader in men's sexual health. Ask about their new financing options. That's IronMountainMen'sHealth.com.
Attention auto mechanics and auto body pros. Carvana is hiring in Delanco, New Jersey. Carvana, the company that invented a brand new way to buy a car, is hiring for their Delanco Auto Inspection Center located near Delran, right off of Route 130. Carvana has immediate openings for auto techs, detailers, painters, lot attendants, and other auto specialists on day and evening shifts. All jobs are direct hire, full-time, offer a competitive hourly rate, no flat rate, 100% company paid medical insurance, generous paid time off, tool reimbursement, and much more. On Wednesday, July 7th and Thursday, July 8th, Carvana will be available to talk directly to you from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Where? At their Delanco Inspection Center right off of Route 130 on Creek Road. Bring your resume, driver's license, and awesome personality. To learn more and be a part of the Carvana revolution, head to CarvanaHiringEvents.com and select Delanco, New Jersey. If you can't make it, you can still apply and a Carvana teammate will be in touch with you. Head to CarvanaAutojobs.com and select Delanco, New Jersey.
It's a new day and it's coming at you fast. It could be the day your workforce doubles or the day your visitors quadruple. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, the one that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get a powerful and reliable internet solution starting at just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more about this offer. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Wi-Fi Pro Extra.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
It's time for some straight talk. We've all been there. You have some real work to do, but the free Wi-Fi where you're working isn't going to cut it. It's like leaving the winning runner stranded on third base. Not good. Well, now you can be your own hotspot with Straight Talk's Ultimate Unlimited plan. Get 10 gigs of hotspot data for just $55 a month. All on America's largest, most dependable networks. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Compatible device required? See straighttalk.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What are you working on today?
You could be helping us help customers. June is National Hiring Month, and we're hiring thousands of new AutoZoners to fill manager roles, driver spots, warehouse jobs, and sales team positions. More than half of AutoZone store managers are promoted from within. With more than 7,000 new management opportunities every year, AutoZone provides opportunity to drive your career. Apply today at careers.autozone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
All right, listen up, people. Sean Avery here. If you enjoy alcohol, chances are at some point you've been hungover, torn up, in the Hurt Locker. Well, here's a little secret. Goodies hangover powder relieves pain fast, helps wake you up, and it tastes good. I'm not kidding around. You got a case of ginfluenza, bourbonitis? No problem. Get Goodies hangover powder. Real medicine for real hangovers.
Goodies Hangover, aspirin and caffeine in powder form. Place on tongue and take with water. Hangover responsibly. Find it at Dollar General.
Napa know-how. Why save $20 on a Napa automotive battery? Because nobody likes bad starts. You know, like forgetting your job interviewer's name or saying I love you on a first date. So get a good start with a Napa automotive battery at your local Napa Auto Parts store or Auto Care Center. Plus, get $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 7/31/21.
July 4th is summer's version of Thanksgiving, but it's a whole week of overeating, drinking, and lack of sleep. Now, if you're still feeling the effects of Independence Day, just go to squeezed.com today and schedule a juice cleanse. A juice cleanse with squeezed.com can help that bloat, manage your cravings, and get you rehydrated. So try a 3, 4, or 5-day cleanse to break your bad eating habits and help heal your body. You'll be able to sleep better and have more energy. Just go to squeezed.com, click Mike Miss in the drop down at checkout.
Brian Westbrook plays on one station in Philly, 97.5, The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. Live at Parx Casino. Street Road Bench, Salem, hanging out. Cousins Corner. And on the line with us, he's just got all kinds of winners. Phoenix, right? He's all over the place. In fact, Nikki gave him the shout out earlier because he said take the Lightning 5 games or less. And he was right on. He was right on that one. The great betting analyst here at Parx, Brad Feinberg. Bradley.
How are you, my friend? Good to hear your voice, Anthony.
Good to hear yours, man. Good to hear yours. We got a game tonight, buddy.
We certainly do. We certainly do. And this is an interesting game tonight, Anthony. 84% of the money has come in on the favorite Phoenix Suns. But what have we seen? We've seen this line drop, Anthony, from 5.5 to anywhere from 4.5 to 5. It's actually gone down because the sharp money is on the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, I'm on Milwaukee. I have a Milwaukee plus 5.5 ticket. I still like them even getting 4.5 or 5. I'm not sure what it's right now on Parx. I haven't checked. But I do like the underdog Bucks here, Anthony. I think they're going to win this game outright, actually. I really do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And it's interesting, Anthony. Here's what people don't realize. Before Giannis got hurt, when it was 2-1 Atlanta, 2-1 Milwaukee, oh, God, excuse me, Milwaukee was actually plus 100 to win the title, and Phoenix was plus 140. So the favorite team to win the championship was actually Milwaukee. But once Giannis got hurt, the odds completely switched, and Phoenix justifiably became the favorite. But now that Giannis is back, and he's healthy again, I don't know really what is much changed between these two teams. I think these teams are pretty even. And needing the game, a must-win kind of game. They don't want to get down 2-0. I really think this is a game that Milwaukee has a great chance of winning. And if they don't win, I think there's a really good chance it's going to stay very close.
Yeah, actually, I'm with you. I think Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee can win this thing too. I'm rooting for the Suns. But if you're looking at strictly a betting standpoint, I think you're on the right side. I think everybody, like you said, look at that percentage, a big percentage for everyone to be on the Suns. And when that happens, you said it, the other side comes in. And I think you're selling Milwaukee short. I think, Giannis got his legs on there. People didn't know if he would play or not. In game 1, he played. He was okay. I think you see Drew Holiday with a much better game tonight.
I see it the same way. Look, Drew Holiday's probably not going to play that way again. And actually, one of the props I actually like tonight, Anthony, it's interesting. Chris Paul, now listen, we talk about Anthony recency bias, and Chris Paul had 2 straight incredible games. The Game 6 against the Clippers to close it out, I think he had about 40 points, 32 in Game 1. Right now, Parx has his over under 22.5. Anthony, despite, Chris Paul's great last 2 games, he's only gone over 22.5 points 4 out of 15 of these playoff games, and that's with the extra minutes. I like Chris Paul under 22.5 points. One of the things that was hurting, in my opinion, Milwaukee defensively actually was Brook Lopez getting caught on switches with Booker and Paul. I'm going to assume, I'm not an NBA coach, but Mike Budenholzer gets paid to be one, that he's going to figure that out in terms of maybe not having Brook Lopez as many switches as he was in, whether it's not playing Lopez as much or just defensively changing stuff up. I don't think Paul's going to have 23 points tonight. Again, he's only done it about 25% of the games in these playoffs, and just because it's the last 2, I think we're getting some value.
Interesting. I'm just looking at it now. There's a couple of pretty interesting other props here. And I'm curious when you look at it, right? I got to tell you, I look at Ayton. I think he goes over in boards.
Yeah.
I love him over in boards. And I think Giannis goes over in 26.5.
Yeah, it's interesting, Anthony. I like Giannis over in points. The games he had 2 monster games earlier this year against Phoenix. I believe he had 47 in the first game, 33 in the second game. And the only team that really stopped Giannis, it really has been the Miami Heat. Like most of the other games, he's really had his way. And, again, will he get the minutes? That's the only potential question mark I have. But I do like Giannis over the points. I agree with you. And I also do like Ayton over 16.5 points. He's gone over that 5 of his last 7, averaging 18.5 points a game. I'm going to give you another one. Cam Johnson, 7.5 points. He's gone over that, Anthony, 5 of his last 6.
Yeah.
He's averaging 9.6 for the year. It was 6.5 in Game 1. They made it 7.5, but I still think there's value there, my friend. He's gone over that about almost 2/3 of the time this year. And unless Dario Saric is out, that could be a few extra minutes. Maybe he gets an extra 2 or 3 minutes because of that. And Drew Holiday not to get a double-double. He's 13-5 not getting a double-double in these playoffs, 61-16 during the entire season. You have to lay about $1.50 right now on Parx, but again, he's 13-5 to not get one. I think it's going to be hard for him to get 10 assists. So I'm going to say no in the Drew Holiday double-double.
I like that. There's one more. I'm curious because Jay Crowder had a horrible night.
Yeah.
A horrible night. And I love him tonight. Did you see he's 10.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping, and I know we discussed this on our podcast, I was hoping that Jay Crowder, that his over-under was going to come in at 9.5. I was crossing my fingers, really, really, really hoping that it would come in at 9.5, and I was going to play that. I really, really was. Jay Crowder this year averaged a little over 10 points a game, but that was only in 27 minutes a game, and these playoffs is getting close to 32 minutes a game. I was really going to bet that. I was hoping it would be 9.5, though, because it is 10.5. It's just a lean for me. Again, some of the listeners may be out there, Brad, what's the difference between 9.5 and 10.5? For someone who does this professionally, that is the difference between a stone cold winning bet and maybe just a decent bet.
Right.
So I was hoping it would be 9.5. It would have been an easy play for me because you got to look at it like this, Anthony. If he were to go under 10.5 points, there's a very good chance he's going to get 7, 8, 9, or 10. Right. So if you were giving me the 10 as a winner instead of a loser, that really switches the odds dramatically in my favor.
Brad is a math guy, as you can tell, and that's the best way to be. And, it's funny, and I don't know how you view this, but I look at Crowder's 3 totals. His total's 2.5.
Yeah.
Right? So, which leads me to believe the books think, because 2.5 is they're begging you to take the under. He hits 3 threes. He's basically right there. 3 threes in a bucket, and you're a winner.
No question about it. Look, but Jay Crowder, that's how he gets.
No, I know that, and he was 0 for 4, I think, in game one. You probably have it right in front of you. I know he didn't make. He was 0 for 8 from the field or something. But
yeah, which is a total fluke. But Jay Crowder, his last 50 games, Anthony, he's gone over 2.5 threes, 25 of the 50 games.
Yeah,
and so he's really been exactly 50-50 coin flip to do that because that's what he does well. He's a great three-point shooter, and that's how he usually gets his points. Look, it's probably there's a lot of correlation there, right?
Yeah.
Like if he goes over 2.5 threes, he's probably going to get 11 points. If he goes under 2.5 threes, he's probably going to go under 10.5 points.
Right. Right.
You know, so to me, it's an either or bet. But I definitely lean on the over for him in the sense that he is a good player. He had a bad game. We talked about recency bias. Again, I was just hoping it would come in at 9.5. Again, Cam Johnson had 10, and they raised him from 6.5 to 7.5. I was hoping to get that same break with Jay Crowder. I didn't get it, so I laid off it.
All right. Would you look at the series right now? Do you think Milwaukee has a chance to win the series? Because I think that's as interesting.
I think it was plus 280, Anthony, or something like that on Parx. Or 275. I don't have it in front of me, but I know it was a really nice take Parx had up. Listen, I don't know anyone's. I'm certainly not going to be laying 350 with Phoenix here. To me, again, these teams were very comparable throughout the year. I think they're very closely matched. And look, Phoenix did win game one. I give them credit. But I think Milwaukee, look, it was a feeling out game for them in the sense that they didn't have Giannis for the last 2 games. Now he's back. To me, I think Milwaukee is a very live dog here. I think this series is going to go 6 or 7. I would not blink an eye if Milwaukee wins the series. And I think if you're getting, close to 3-1 odds, I think it's a bet that has a real chance of winning. And again, I took them to win tonight, getting the points, but I also like them with the money line. I'm kind of all in with Milwaukee tonight, and we'll see what happens.
It's interesting. If you bet Milwaukee to win the series in 7 or 6, both are 7-1 odds.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, those are. Yeah, that's so basically, if you were to bet both, what that would mean is you'd either win 600 or lose 200. Should be getting 3-1 odds. So versus to get in the plus 275.
Right. You'd be better off at plus 700. You're better off just taking 6 and 7. Bucks.
Yeah,
you could.
It's probably a slightly better bet. That is correct. Yeah. Or if you just want to say, you know what, I'm just going to bet that they win in 6 or they win in 7. Getting 7-1 odds. Look, it's not an impossible thing. It's really not an impossible thing at all. Again, this Milwaukee team, they did beat Brooklyn. Granted, Brooklyn was injured. I get it, but they still did beat them. They ended up beating the Hawks pretty easily the last few games when they needed to do it. They swept Miami. Look, but then you look on this Phoenix team, Anthony. Look at the breaks this team has gotten, and again, they're a good team. I had a future on them. I've followed them all year, and they've been the most injury-free team of anyone in the NBA. I mean, let's be honest here. They beat the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. They have an injured LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They beat them. They have an injured Jamal Murray. They beat them. And now, they face Milwaukee, who, Giannis was a little, maybe injured. But now he looks like he's okay. But they've gotten a lot of breaks. And the only thing they've had go against them was Chris Paul had COVID for a game. And but outside of that, this team is really, they've been healthy all year. None of their guys have missed any significant amount of time. And but again, that's how you win.
Anything with my man Mikal Bridges? That's Devon's cousin. So he's like family.
I mean, Mikal Bridges. I betting Anthony. But I didn't do it tonight because the odds weren't like. I've been betting him over 1.5 assists when I was getting a price because during the course of the year he was 62% going over 1.5 assists. But now he was over 1.5, like usually laying 125. I was taking like plus 105, plus 110 before on a bet where I was, should not have been an underdog. I was glad to take a plus price on Mikal Bridges over 1.5 assists. The other numbers for him have been on track. Usually he's 3.5 rebounds, 10.5 points. His scoring has actually gone down in the playoffs, which is interesting. And his minutes, which is for a good player, usually your minutes go up in the playoffs. Bridges have really not, Anthony. They have not. It's actually been an interesting thing. Chris Paul's minutes have gone way up. Devin Booker's minutes have gone way up. DeAndre Ayton's minutes have gone up. But Mikal Bridges' minutes have actually, I think, gone down in the playoffs. So I'm not looking to necessarily take any of those overs.
All right. Let's look real quick before we get to baseball. And we're talking to our betting analyst right here at Parx, Brad Feinberg. Don't forget all the stuff that Brad talks about you can find on the Parx Sportsbook app. Go to parxcasino.com/PA. Use that promo code SPORTS. You can get a risk-free bet up to $500. You got to be in PA. You got to be 21. Guilty prompt. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Anything? I love my Italy squad over England on Sunday. Sure. What do you think, Brad?
No, I'm
Euro final, baby.
I think, I definitely like the Italy side here. England is a slight favorite, Anthony. I believe on Parx right now. It was minus 120 for England, minus 104 for Italy, so pretty close to a pick 'em. Look, I think Italy's just been the better team here. I really do. I think they've had a tougher competition, and they've played better, in my opinion, in these games. Now, England, I get it. I almost feel like they're like the team that, because they've disappointed so much and people just want to see them maybe do it because it's been so many years since they've had any kind of success in an international tournament. And this is a big tournament. But I think it's going to be a close game. I do like you could take under, 2 goals in around even money. I like the under in the sense that, Anthony, I think there's a far better chance of there being 0 or 1 goal than there being 3+ goals. These games tend to be low scoring. I think it's going to be hard for there to be 3 goals scored. I think it's a very good chance this game is going to end, 1-1, which would obviously be a push, but 1-0, 0-0. Again, I would think there's a far better chance of there being 0 or 1 goals than there being 3 goals at the end of regulation.
It's funny. I got this. I got the bug a little bit, right? So I've been enjoying the sport more than I've ever have. And I like this Italy team because they're fun. They counterattack, and they can score. Like, they can move the ball on you in a hurry. So that's the only thing. Because if they score early on a turnover, because they'll turn you over, then it could lead to a more wide-open style with England pressing to get a goal.
It could. Listen, it absolutely could. But in my experience,
this isn't the Italy of before who turtles up.
I understand, but they've been really so strong defensively in this tournament, Italy. Anthony, what have they allowed? I think they've allowed 2 goals in the entire tournament. So it's just I feel pretty comfortable. There's a very good chance
listen, England finally
get a clean sheet.
Yeah, England had Pickford finally gave up a goal last game. That was it.
Yeah,
he had the record.
And to me, look, now one thing I will say is with the advent of the VAR, the video replay in soccer, we now have a lot more. I think not that anyone cares what I think, but when they call these penalties in the box, and it's like you're literally it's one thing to call a foul in basketball, right? When there's 120 points scored per team,
right.
1 point's not gonna. In soccer, when there's
you get a penalty kick right extra time, that's horrible.
It's horrible.
I agree.
I just wouldn't call it unless it was literally the most blatant.
Well, and the one England got with Sterling. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's sticking to me. That stuff ruins the game for me when if you're going to call that. Yeah, Sterling was I guess he was in the box.
He was in the box, but that didn't look like a foul. It didn't look like.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to give a guy a goal on that, and then it's interesting the rules of soccer.
And then the rebound
saved it. Yeah, he saved it. But you're allowed to get the rebound, and because you imagine, it's interesting. You know how the papers are in England, Anthony. If Harry Kane misses that kick and he doesn't get the rebound,
he gets roasted. He's the tabloids.
Yeah,
the tabloids roast him
of everything, and they would never live it down. But you know what? I always like to say tomorrow's newspaper can so easily read a different way. And you were a great writer for many years, so you get this better than anyone. Just a little thing here and there, Anthony, and that entire article is so different.
Oh, believe me. I used to work on you have really tight deadlines. I was in New York, and so you would have to send one version of your story as soon as the game was over. You had to hit send, or else they would break your balls like you had no idea. Where you at? What are you doing? Typing with your toes? Like, they would hit you with all that stuff. And you had to be in. So, if a game changes in the 9th inning or at the buzzer or there's a fight, like I can tell you fights covered a Tyson fight and, Buster, like what? Like, all kinds of stuff happens. Anyway, Baseball, my brother. Phillies tonight. Yeah. You got Eflin. He's a slight dog.
Slight dog, yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. Look, did not bet the game, Anthony. Slight lean here to the Cubs. Adelaide has been, I think, pitching a little bit better form. And that's when, for some reason, Anthony, I don't know why. Again, there's not a big enough sample size for me to know if there's something to this or not. But look at it. Did you see his home splits versus his road splits?
Yeah.
They're very drastic, very dire in terms of his road. He's horrible on the road, and he's been great at home. Now, again, I'm a math guy and I'm a probability guy. Is there enough there to let me think that there's something to that? Not enough data necessarily for me to say that, but the difference has been so
No, we saw that with Blake Snell. Blake Snell's another guy who he just can't pitch on the road.
It's amazing.
Somehow he got lucky because the Padres.
Sure.
The Phillies the Padres put up a bunch of runs, but I'm with you. Yeah.
So, I would lean here, a slight lean to the Cubs. Though the Cubs had lost, I think, Anthony, 11 in a row. And I think there's some weather things in Chicago, I was saying, Anthony, where it may be a little chillier and some big winds coming in that game. But I would have a lean to the Cubs there. So I didn't bet it, but you asked me for a lean. I think Chicago wins it.
All right, anything else that strike your fancy when it comes to baseball? Then?
Yeah, I'll give you something. It's funny, Anthony. Two of my bets got postponed. I really liked Toronto today with the run line, but that game got canceled or suspended. But I'm going to give you a game, Anthony. I think on last night I did bet it on Parx, and it was plus 127 earlier. I don't know what it is now, but Max Scherzer, Anthony, has been absolutely dynamite all year, and I don't need to tell you.
Good game tonight. Scherzer, Darvish.
Yeah, I have two games I'm going to give. I'm going to give you two games. Scherzer's 5 straight games, he's allowed 1 run or less, 127 strikeouts, 94 innings, 2.10 ERA. He's been absolutely dynamic and dynamite. And Darvish is really good, too. 2.65 ERA. But in 5 of his last 7, he's allowed 2 runs or more, which is nothing wrong with that. But Scherzer's been in better form. And, to me, I think this is a 50-50 spot. To me, where the advantage comes in is San Diego is a much better and deeper bullpen. But in the 5-inning line, I will take slight leans, maybe 55-45. I favor Scherzer over Darvish. You want to give me around plus 125 with the team with Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto in the 5-inning line? Again, I think this should be at least 50-50. I don't think that Darvish even necessarily deserves to be favored in the 5-inning line. In the game line, yes, because of the deeper bullpen and the overall better offense maybe. But in a 5-inning line, no, I like Scherzer. And I'll give you one other one, Anthony. The Detroit Tigers, it's interesting. The Tigers, Anthony, their record, if I asked you who has a better record, the Tigers or Twins, most people, you would probably know because you know all the teams, but most people would say Minnesota has the much better record. Minnesota's 35-50. Detroit is 40-47. And Tariq Skubal, and he's a guy.
He's a lefty,
really
and he's
7, 8, 9, 10 starts, pitched quite well.
Yeah.
He has 100 strikeouts and 82 innings. And the last 6 weeks, he's just been good.
Yeah.
And Jay Happ has just been really bad.
He stinks.
He has an ERA over 6.
Yeah.
Look, again, I actually think that Detroit is the more likely winner here. You able to get on Parx, I think it was plus 120, if I recall correctly, Anthony. And I think it's at least a 50-50 game. And you want to give me plus 120 on a coin flip, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, just look at the lineup, too. When you're looking at the baseball stuff, you want to make sure that you're looking at how those pitchers would face. Twins have a lot of lefties right now. Obviously, Donaldson, Cruz, but they have a lot of lefties. They're really they just mash right-handed pitching because they got Kirilloff and Lanek and Kepler.
I like Kirilloff, yeah. I do like him.
So, but I'm with you. I think Kubal's good. He's got good stuff. Lefty, and then you're right about Jay Happ. I mean, geez.
He's at the end of the line. He's
he
had a good
career. He's a gas
really
can.
Good career, but he's just at the. It happens to everyone.
Yeah,
right?
no,
and
I'm
he's just
with
at the end of his career after a very, very nice career he's carved out. But again, Anthony, look, when we're saying taking plus 120, again, if they play 100 games and Detroit goes 50-50, okay, you bet $100 in each game, okay. The 50 times you're winning, you're winning $6,000, and then the the times you lose, you're losing $5,000. So you'd make $1,000 profit if you bet at 100 games. You make a 10% ROI if this is a 50% game. And I think this is a 50% game. So I think, it doesn't mean he's going to win this particular game, but hopefully he does. But I think it's a good long-term bet taking a team like Detroit tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I am with you. Are you scouring the football? Are you scouring NFL futures?
Yeah, well, I mean, I basically have in like a lot of my plays. I could give you a couple plays for week 1 that I do like. Anthony.
Just give me one. This is awesome. Go ahead.
I was my favorite one is probably Buffalo over Pittsburgh. That line's going to close over 7. I can promise you that. Right now, the line on Parx, I believe, is 6.5. I am telling you that line will close 7 or higher. So right now, if you want to put in a value bet, come September when the game actually kicks off, I am telling you, Pittsburgh, their offensive line issues, and the wise guys are going to come in on Buffalo in that game. I'm telling you right now, there is value in taking Buffalo laying 6.5. I got it at 6, but anything less than 7 has value. It's going to close 7, 7.5.
I like it. I like it a lot. Brad, incredible stuff as always, man. We appreciate it. And you can check out the podcast, the Pizza Bagel Podcast. So keep an eye out for it, okay?
Always appreciate it, buddy. Good luck to everyone out there.
Take it easy. There he is, Brad Feinberg on the Comcast Business Hotline. Don't forget, go to parxcasino.com/PA. Any of Brad's picks or stuff that we talk about. If you want to play it, you get a risk-free about the $500 with your first deposit. Again, parxcasino.com/PA. Promo code is sports. You got to be in PA. You got to be 21. Gambling promo code 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. I cannot wait for Devon tonight. Now, we got to root Suns for Devon. And in addition to that, a guy like Devon, after hearing what Danny Green, a level-headed, just always a thinker. Devon's a thinker. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say. And because, a lot of times I'll get very emotional. And it'll come out, it'll erupt like Vesuvius. I'm curious to see what Devon's going to say about this. Because, quite frankly, I think what Danny Green's saying is incorrect. But the end result, it doesn't matter. Because what Danny Green said is perception. And in the NBA world, perception is reality. Does that mean Philadelphia is some of the cold, rough, worst fans in the league, like Danny Green had to say? So stay tuned. Devon Tyler coming up next.
That's right.
My man.
What's up, man?
I can't wait to hear it, Devon. I'm dying to hear what you have to say.
Nah, I appreciate it.
So I'm not spoiling it.
Nah, I appreciate it.
I'm going to turn it on.
All right.
Oh, you the man.
Thanks, man.
Go Suns.
Yes, sir. 3 more. 3 more.
That's it. That's it, baby. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Be safe. Thanks for hanging. Stay tuned. Keep it